So, how many of you guys have heard of censorship? It's been in the news a lot lately. Won't you raise your hands? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Like, the most common thing generally is like on social media, right? It's all about like who's been banned or banning content and stuff like that. Today I want to talk to you about something a little less common. Student journalism censorship. Thanks for showing up late, Emilio. So, student journalism censorship. It's not very well known, and Ms. Larson talked about it a little bit, but it's most prevalent in high schools and colleges. High schools particularly because high school kids are still growing up, and so they need to grow into that role as a journalist if they want to pursue that. And colleges, as they're still expanding. But college journals have a lot of value in what they have to say, and they've caused some reforms and provided valuable information to some cases. So, one thing that's most prevalent with censorship is self-censorship. According to Supreme Kanza, there was a reported 83% self-censorship rate in 2021. This means that 83% of the people that this survey studied said they self-censored at least something in one of their articles or something they published for their university, which is kind of crazy because thinking about it, like, why would they have to do that? Well, a lot of the reason they self-censor is because they're afraid that the university or the editorial board that edits the journals will take it down because of it's either controversial or it goes against one of the administrators. And so a lot of people will take it down because it goes against the administrators, even if it's factually correct, which is kind of scary because then things get one-sided. So this kind of self-censorship started to spread, and according to Emma Camp, she said that backlash for unpopular opinions is so commonplace at her university that many students have stopped voicing them, sometimes fearing lower grades if they don't censor themselves. This is kind of scary, as college is a place where you go to learn and get different viewpoints and contrast and try and really critically think. And so having that voice out there where you can't say what you're really feeling is kind of scary, and it can feel kind of trapping sometimes. So having that feeling where you can't talk if you feel like you're going to get lower grades can really hurt your education. But also, despite all this, the administrator's role in censorship is very important. Like, there are some things that college students will produce that does need to be censored. For example, Rossman at a university in Colorado, some students tried to create a traumatic content label for classes. And basically, this would encompass putting a label on anything that may or may not potentially have traumatic content. And the editorial board reviewed this and said that it did not represent the full population. And so they decided to veto that movement. And I think that's pretty important because having a minority say in if there should be a traumatic content, which could eventually push students away from learning that if they thought that there's going to be severely traumatic content. I think that's very valuable in having that say from the administrators in colleges. And one last thing that I want to leave you guys with. I want you guys to find your own truth. Like, there's a lot of things out there that have been censored or are completely one-sided, or that just haven't been censored at all or monitored at all. And so I want you guys to find your own truth. I want you to find what you think and believe and find the facts for yourself. Thank you.